Hey, it's Jet.
It's Raven, and we are overdressed.
And welcome to episode 10.
Episode 10,
We've
double
made it.
digits.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's 2025.
That's insane. What a crazy year.
I know.
You know, I just saw this video that was somebody was saying, you know what's crazy?
What?
Is babies that are born now didn't have to go through what we went through. Just in life.
I mean, that's true for like every generation.
I know, but like 2025 babies, they didn't have to experience COVID.
They're going to be our age in the decade 2050.
If we make it there.
True. See, well, we get to live like a longer life, assuming that the world ends. You know?
Yeah. That's true.
But like, I would rather be an adult than a child when World War III breaks out, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I can't really defend myself.
You know?
We're in sparkly gear because it is a new year and we had champagne earlier, or at least Jordan did.
I sure did.
Because I don't like champagne that much. I will partake in champagne. My thing is, like, and I think I mentioned this, I get just very drunk off of champagne. I don't know what it is. The bubbles, maybe it's mental.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, you're probably wondering, what the fuck is on Raven's head?
She killed a skunk.
Yeah, it's actually a fox.
I was gonna say, it kind of looks like my cat.
It's a black fox.
That's sad. Pete, I'm literally about to throw blood on you.
Yeah. We're gonna just say it's fake. But I got it at a thrift store in San Diego and I saw it and I was like, I want to be Russian doll.
You know, at least it was secondhand. It's not like you're supporting the death of a fox.
Right.
Like, it was gonna go to a landfill and I'd rather his carcass be on your head than in a landfill.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, Fox. But it kind of just it looks exactly like my cat's fur. So it's just like,
so Bug is on my head.
It does.
He's just laying there.
Love you, Bug. Yeah, all curled up. Yeah. That's really cute to think about.
Now that makes you happier.
Yeah.
And then I'm in this random top that I think I thrifted at like Wasteland a long time ago. It has no tags, and I cut the top so that it like laid a certain way.
It's like a boat neck.
With a little bra underneath, and then these pants I got from Aritzia.
Gorge. Are those the effortless pants?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
What are you wearing tonight?
Tonight, I am wearing this little dress from Revolve. Fun fact, this was my 10th grade formal dress.
No way.
The theme was Great Gatsby.
Oh, that's a good one.
Thank you. Yeah. And so I was like, you know, there's a character Jordan in Great Gatsby. So I was like, let me channel that bitch. And she was one of like the, I'm not even going to think, I'm just going to party type girls.
Love that.
I was like, oh my God, the first female character named Jordan in media that I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
I mean, she was written like in the 20s. So yeah. But yeah, shout out to her.
Love.
And then I'm wearing some blue tights.
Yes.
You know, had to pop a little blue for the Teen Vogue party. You're watching this in the year 2025.
It is the future. Well,
Happy New Year. I mean, okay, we're in 2025.
We're in 2025, and 2024 was so crazy.
'Twas a year.
'Twas a year, individually and together.
I mean, we met in 2024.
We met in 2024. We started the pod in 2024. I entered the job, left the job. We went out. We fucking went out, and we went out, and we went out.
Yeah.
And then guess what?
We went out.
And then we went on a date, and then we went on another date, and we went on another date.
And then we also went on another date.
And then we went out, and then we met boys, and then we kissed boys, and then we went out, and then we went on dates.
And then we liked boys.
And then we liked boys.
And then we kissed other boys. And
yeah,
then we...
you know, I went on my first ever cruise.
Oh my God.
I got
the biggest cruise ship ever.
Crazy. I got in one big accident. You got in two small accidents.
Yeah. Oh my God. True. I got a new car.
You got a new car. I got a new car.
Yeah. We're both besties in the Tessies. Yeah. I went to my last gas station ever.
Yep. I was in a relationship. Now I'm not in a relationship.
I wasn't seeing anyone. Now I'm talking to people.
Yeah. So lots of things happened in 2024. Lots of jam-packed stuff in a very fast year.
It's been a good year. I mean, with all of the changes and hardships and, I mean, for me, I didn't have many hardships this year.
Well, you did.
I mean, there were a few.
Yeah.
There were definitely a few.
Yeah.
Like
Life was hard.
Life is hard.
Yeah.
Like in general.
Yeah.
But like overall, compared to 2020 to 2022 to 3,
Yeah.
2023, this year was kind of like mostly ups.
Okay, good.
Which I haven't been able to say since like 2018. And
that's great.
I know. I'm really grateful for this year. Like, I think it was a very pivotal year in my life. Like meeting you, starting the podcast.
Yeah.
And really coming into my own as an adult person. Like, I finally feel like, yeah, I'm an adult. Like, I make my own doctor's appointments. I take myself to those appointments. I bought my own car. Like,
right.
It's kind of weird, like, accepting the fact and living as an adult.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And 2025, lots to look forward to.
Oh my God, so much. More episodes of Overdressed, obviously.
More episodes, more guests, more
Vacation.
travel.
Yes, yeah.
I would love to travel more.
I know.
New jobs.
Absolutely.
New memories, more money, better health, hopefully.
Yeah. No, I'm really excited for this upcoming year. I sense some good things, knock on wood.
Yeah.
But like, I just feel like we're on the
good
right path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't know. I'm happy, I'm grateful, and I'm excited to keep living through time. And I think it's such a privilege that we get to see this new year. And I hope everyone watching also like recognizes how much of a privilege it is to age and see 2025, because not everyone gets to do that this year.
Yeah.
Not everyone gets to do that in general. Like, I don't know, but just be grateful.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm excited.
I love that. This week's guest, I'm like so excited for because yes.
I just think that they're the perfect guest to like start our new year with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, more likely than not, we may or may not be going to their New Year's events.
Yeah.
We're going to one of their other events tomorrow, and they're just like three of the sweetest girls ever, but come off super intimidating. And so it's something I feel like I just like identify with. And yeah, they're just like such hardworking, sweet, nice, smart women, and we're very, very lucky and blessed to have them on.
Yeah.
For our 10th episode. And you're gonna die when you hear everything that they say.
Oh my God, they're so funny.
They're so funny, and like their story is so cool. And of course, we dive into dating and like what that looks like for them, especially working in like this type of industry.
Yeah. And we talk about like how they became these like female party promoters. Like, I was saying to them, I'm like, you filled a gap in this market that like just simply did not exist before.
Absolutely.
There are sleazy men promoters at clubs, and no one was like making the bar a good time.
Yeah.
But they said, you know what, we'll do that. And they have enough friends, enough cool, creative, hot friends that they're able to turn any bar into like the hottest scene.
Yeah. Yeah. And we participate.
And we sure do.
And so we're very, very grateful.
We're there. We are there.
We show up. So yes, welcome Stargirls. We're so excited to have you.
Yes.
Maybe we'll start by giving a intro individually of like what your name is, where you're from, and then how you guys originated.
Okay. My name's Paloma. 24, soon to be 25. And I'm from LA, born and raised. Been around the world a bunch, but came back and met these two lovely ladies and started a business. And I guess maybe we'll go down the line and then you can sort of describe how it all got started.
Sure. What were the questions?
If you just want to say your name, where you're from, age now as well, I think got added in.
Yes. I'm Audrey. I'm also 24 because our birthdays are one day apart.
So cute.
Also born and raised in Los Angeles. We actually were born in the same hospital, so our moms were definitely
down the hall.
Was it Cedars?
It was Cedars.
I was born there too.
Absolutely.
Me too.
Oh my god.
I was
Raven, you're the odd one out.
born at a house.
Oh, that's very cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very
That's like
cool.
kind of cooler.
I'm Natasha. I'm 27. So I met them. Yeah, terrifying. Personally,
Almost as old as
especially
Raven.
when they're like soon to be 25, and I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, that sucks.
That was I wouldn't do that to you, mommy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So, anyways, we all actually grew up very like in tandem to each other. I was also born at Cedars 3 years before they were. And I grew up on the west side. They grew up like really close to each other in Hancock Park. They met, I think, they became closer friends before I knew either of them. But I had known of Audrey because we actually went to high school across the street from each other. And her older sister was really good friends with my high school boyfriend.
Okay.
So like
Hi,
the way
Ella.
that kind of like,
The 6th degree of connection.
exactly.
Mhm.
And then the funniest part of it all, just because it's so not our aesthetic, but does like definitely play into the community of it all, is that we met in a kickball league.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Wait, so what made you guys sign up for that?
So 3 years ago,
Love sport.
yeah, a couple of our friends decided to just get together and have a day of sport on Sundays.
Absolutely.
And it grew and grew and grew week by week. And I swear by the end, we had like 40 people,
Wow.
creatives, all on the same field, injuring themselves and just having a good time. And we ended up partying all together and doing barbecues and just like becoming fast friends. And then as time went on, everyone sort of like went and did their own thing, and certain groups stuck, and we're still in touch with everyone, which is amazing. But that was kind of like, we use that as sort of like the birth story of where we're at right now, because it's really just all about community.
I mean, that's basically what you guys have been doing, is everyone wants to continually like hang out, have like a space for everyone to feel safe and kind of like enjoy their time. Like, I feel like bringing together creatives to even get outside is impressive. Like, musicians are constantly just stuck in the studio and like, it's out of their ordinary. So it's cool that you guys were able to like bring about that community. So what pivoted, I guess, into like going into the partying scene? Because this is fresh.
Yeah.
Super.
We're 7 months old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just babies.
It also was very happenstance. I mean,
Mhm.
maybe you want to start just because Audrey was like our initial catalyst.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that.
Give it to me.
I took a job hosting at this new lounge, and called Mars.
Oh,
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Shout out Mars. We love you, Mars.
And it was only 3 days a week, so very kind of low lift, as
Yeah.
Paloma loves to say.
I do love to say that. I'm like, it's all lift.
She's like, it's not.
Yeah.
Favorite.
Yeah, we have a lot of terms.
And horizontal. She loves to
Yes, I
yeah.
love to be horizontal at all times.
Yeah.
Yep.
But so was hosting for a few months. So I started, actually, this is kind of nice because my first day at that job was New Year's Eve last year.
Wow.
Oh my
Or this
god.
year, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
No, last year.
Yeah.
And then freaking this year,
Yeah.
where we are now is just, it's crazy because I'm no longer at that job,
Mhm.
obviously. After inviting Paloma and Tosh to Mars to like with our, kind of 30,
Closest friends.
yeah, 30 closest friends, one evening. And my bosses were like, wow, what was that? We love whatever just happened. And just, people that like to have fun and I'm pretty sure the conga line even started that night.
It did. We
Yeah.
like are really, really lucky. And I think it's obvious in every party we have up until like last week that as much as we try our hardest and are as friendly as possible, our friends themselves extend that far beyond just like physically what we could do. And when there are 15, 20 people who are like sincerely excited to be there and also just calm because they're like grounded in actual friendship, which is like the DJs, like one of them, a resident attendant, is my roommate and best friend. It's also dear friends with everybody. So it's like, you can feel, I think, when you walk in, like these people know each other
Mhm.
and they're also open to knowing me.
Right.
And I think that's what even like the management at Mars saw. And then very smartly, they started discussing like, what if we just did a Thursday? And then they were like, let's call the old lady in.
You know, it's funny that you say that because I am older than you.
No, by the way.
We don't think 27 is old at all. She just thinks that, so we give her
It's
shit.
literally
Yeah.
because I am in now this ecosystem.
For sure.
Where it's
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
and then people
You're
who were
hanging with-
freshmen when I was a
Yes.
senior. And
Totally.
if you like still catch
Yeah.
that thing from high school, you think
Yeah.
to yourself, whoa, I'm about to go to college. And they like haven't even started yet.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, by the way, I very much recognize 27 is not old, but also, which I can get to later, I make music. Otherwise, I make pop music.
Okay.
And in that industry, maybe only other than acting and like, you know, that is, you are ripe. So
Yeah.
it just didn't know that.
Absolutely.
Going out in LA wise, did this start with Stargirls, or you guys were always on the town?
I
I mean, I'm no judgment. You know, we are out on the town
Oh, yeah.
5 days a week.
we were
dedicated.
outside, like
Yes.
outside. I mean, Audrey gorgeously less so, although her history runs deep. I mean, she would pull all-nighters like there was no tomorrow. You
Yeah.
naughty girl.
I know, so naughty. I remember I used to say, this is embarrassing, but I very vividly remember I used to say this all the time and be like, do you have to sleep? Like, do you have to? I just wish that I wish you could go like, I wish there was 2 days of daytime and then you sleep
Yeah.
and then you wake up and you get 2 days
She
again.
never wanted to miss a beat, you know, which I really appreciated as we became closer and closer because she has this, you know, je ne sais quoi and zest for life that I
Right.
simply did not have until now. So really grateful to have that imparted on me. But Natasha and I were outside like for a hot minute there. And I, you know, had this super corporate job a few months prior to starting Stargirls. And I decided to quit because it wasn't fulfilling in any way.
So valid.
So I kind of like lost my shit, you know? Like I had a moment of, okay, like randomly too, my parents are freshly separated,
Okay.
like right after I graduated college 2 years ago. So I think I quit my job and sort of had a mental breakdown quietly and, you know, sort of,
It's quite luxury.
yeah, just decided that going out and being with my friends was the best idea, which it was.
Community is the best thing that you could do for
Yeah.
yourself during that time.
And then finally, you know, this opportunity came to be, and we all kind of looked at each other and were like, we do this anyways all the time. Like, I feel like this will be such an easy thing to integrate into our lives, not thinking that it would be our full-time job now. That
Right.
happens at least twice a week. You know, before it was sort of like, oh, maybe once a month, like we'll throw a party and it'll be a good time.
Right.
But yeah, I think it made sense. And it still makes sense. It's definitely a little more tiring now.
No, I love it. Yeah, it was so funny because when we started going out, I don't even know when we started going. It was like right at the beginning, though.
It's been a while. I know.
Because we started going out, I guess in July, August.
I mean, right after we met. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same age as
Yes,
ours.
that's what I
Which
think is like because we used to go to Mars every week,
Mhm.
and then it was like she, I think, knew you,
Mhm.
and so then we just started going, and it became this thing of like that was our time, that was our kickoff, like every
Yeah.
single time. And then one thing that I was really impressed by was the fact that like I was really uncomfortable with going out with just one friend. I
Mhm.
usually had a really large group, and so having her
Mm.
and then feeling so comfortable and having the best time, there was not like one moment where I like showed up and I was like, nah, that was like an okay night. Like every single night was like amazing. I was able to like
So
meet
sweet.
so many people and like feel like comfortable.
Mhm.
And we just kept showing up.
And then we just we said, well, now we're
No, you guys
dedicated
are
to the bit.
loyalists, and
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
really,
We'll be like, oh, we're kind of tired, but we gotta go.
I've definitely had moments where I'm like, do they think it's weird that we go every single
She
week?
did say that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
no, are you
that's
kidding?
hilarious.
That's like the
Yeah.
best thing ever. I
Yeah.
think like people, when you invite them to things, myself included, you're kind of like, thank you, but like, are you being nice? Like, do you really mean that? And so I've like gotten to the point now where when I tell people to come out, I'm like, let me reiterate. We so appreciate it. Like
Yeah.
this, you're doing us a favor, having like beautiful, smiling, happy, dancing people is like the core of our business, which is the funniest thing to have in the same sentence, but it is. So like when we have friends who are showing up all the time, it's literally like the biggest gift, you know? Because we could pay a bunch of independent people to show up and pretend to be what you guys are, and we'd have no business.
Yeah, you don't have to pay us.
Yeah.
You guys also show up and have a real good time.
Ooh.
I see it every week. I see it every week, and I'm like, yeah.
Again, that
Yeah,
falls
what's-
into that like category of like we feel comfortable, we
Yeah.
feel safe,
And
like we
as
don't
you
have to
should.
like
Yeah.
there was one week at Mars. I think it was like one of the very last weeks. I don't know if. I know we saw you guys at some point in the night, but by the end, I was on top of her on a couch singing Justin Bieber. Did you witness this?
I would have loved to.
Because I was like, and then afterwards, I was like, holy shit. I really hope they didn't see that, but also I really do hope that they saw that because I was like,
I wish I saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I did. I don't know. Like, hard to say.
But
it was towards the end.
it's like
you
there's
know.
no other place in LA I can go right now where I could do shit like that.
Well, I mean, that's another, like, I think big topic, right? Like, everything is always like the confluence of so many different factors. And one thing that like we deal with as natives is the fact that everyone is like, LA is so not fun. And we're sitting there being like, realistically, sure, like you can't go and find a lot of different options that are all so fun, but it's impossible that like with this many creative, fun, special people that like fun can't be made. So it's hard because we're fighting a reputation, but also it makes it way better for us because there's not that much competition.
Yeah.
And it like seems so simple. It's like, yeah, go out and have fun. But like everyone has resigned themselves to being like, there's nothing to do tonight.
Yeah.
We're like, cool, we're going to go at the beginning. We're like, we're going to go dance in this beautiful lounge with literally 15 of us, like 4 40-year-olds in the corner. So sorry about the microphone. And that's it. And we're like, now we're having fun. Okay, now like we're going to commit to that on Thursdays. And now here we are like 7 months later.
Yeah, it's more of like people have to discover you, and once they do, they just like keep coming back because it's like they found that gem in the city. You know what I mean? Because I feel like we talked about this in I think our very first episode when we were talking about you guys and like us going out. And one of the things is like we don't want to go to the West Side. We don't want to be stuck at 41. Like I want this like nice in between where you kind of get a taste of everything, but still cool people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
I think a big part of it is like you guys in general and like your friends and the people you bring in, which also I kind of want to follow up on you guys saying you have like 30 of your closest friends. Like how does that come to be? For those that maybe like just moved to LA or like aren't from here or whatever, like how do you accumulate 30 close friends?
Well, one, being single.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say like personally, in tandem to like Paloma's crisis, I was like so married for 6 years. Not actually, but I might as well have been because we started a company. So we were like legally and financially bound to each other. And when I got out of that, the like fever to not be lonely, that is like the gas. And I think that like, you know, AUDREY had that with Paloma and then is just special and wonderful and fantastic. So even though she's in a relationship with Brad, who we love and is like our built-in party, you know, it's like everyone finds each other in these moments of need, honestly.
Yeah.
And that's where you really, I think, like commiserate in like the misery that is being 20-something and you're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But we have been so lucky to find 15, 20, 25, 30 people that are all in that place. And I think by nature of being like Silver Lake and Hollywood and creatives, it's like a lot of people who are actually like extending their youth because it serves them as an individual and creatively. And so we're really like holding on. And like sometimes we'll lose somebody to like a relationship and we'll be like, maybe come back in, letting you go. But like I think now it's like an organism, you know, and people know like, oh, I'm going on there. It's not like people who are up until 5 a.m. just like platonically cuddling. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
The best.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's what we call our chosen family. You
So
know.
fun.
So we can't hold on to the real thing.
Shout out to the
this is
chosen
the
family.
Next best. Yeah.
I love that.
It's the real thing,
This is the real thing. Yeah.
Well, touching on dating,
Mhm.
a lot of our podcast kind of like surrounds that fun little topic because we are two single ladies doing our life. So relationship. Yes.
Yes, but I have questions.
Okay.
Oh, you can continue yours.
No, you can interject whenever.
Well, I was just going to ask, I know this
Yes.
because you both said it, but about single.
Yeah.
But I would like to know, has anything spicy happened at a Stargirl party for you two?
Oh yeah.
Or-
Oh yeah.
Because I seem to recall seeing a little kissing.
Yeah. I mean, when we first started going out, that was kind of like our thing is like both of us are very independent people. And so as soon as each of us would like find people, we would just kind of like best of luck the rest of the night and we'd go off with the boys. And no, I mean it was like funny because and I think I told one of you of like how I was like, you guys have the best guys that come to your party.
Best selection.
I was like, they're so hot. They're so hot. They're so nice. And like, I always have the best time. And like, I could see them again and just be like, and then just move on and make out with some other guy. It's like not, I don't know.
So happy to hear this.
Yeah. It's very fun.
I'm so happy to hear this too. Because we do not have that experience.
Really? Yeah.
Well, no,
we're working.
Totally.
We gotta be professional. You guys could be asked out.
No, well,
Or is it
we
weird?
can get into that because I don't know what's going on there.
So, okay, let's say, because I could tell when you guys are like kind of in like work mode and you have to go around and say hi at everybody and then you kind of like let loose a little bit. But do you feel like you are not able to like meet new people or because of the fact that like maybe they'll want to come up to more events or you don't, you know what I mean? Like that fine line, I guess.
Question. Yeah.
Because you have plenty of attractive people that come to your fucking parties.
So true. Everyone is literally
Everyone
gorgeous.
is gorgeous, guys and girls. Yeah.
I think the ones that are like within our core group, it's like such a no-go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like that already renders 30 of them useless.
Yep.
You know, we love them, but you know, so there's that.
Yeah.
Then I think there's a lot of people who are like, they're working. I think like men in general are so much more likely to go towards women they're not intimidated by. Right? Like, which is another like 3 hours of a conversation we could be having. But especially then in our work era, like in our work, not only era where it's our identity, but also in the hours of the week where we're doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh. And also, by the way, not that I don't think it's so fun and would like love a partner to like be at the club with, but like we're outside and a lot of men are like, those girls are outside. Like my girlfriend is not going to be at the club like 7 nights a week. Not that we are. And we're, like, by the way, so wholesome and we're like crafting last week and like, you know, making cards and like eating cheese pockets. So like, thank you. Let me put out there
The duality of woman.
Sweet. But I think a lot of that just creates like a, I'm not gonna like consider that I'm gonna go make out with this person who's throwing this party. Let me go find another gorgeous person over there and just like mind my business.
That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah. I think it could also be like, I mean, it's just the energy too. Like if you gave an energy, maybe that you were more open.
Oh yeah.
Just saying. If just a little bit.
No, please. I mean, and by the way, Natasha and I discuss this all the time. Only because Audrey is in a gorgeous relationship with our communal boyfriend. But you know, we
the people.
This is a 2025 goal for sure. We gotta.
Are you guys want relationships?
Well, you
tell,
tell them what we have a shared nail artist.
Okay.
Her name is Mandy.
Okay.
She is actually.
Shout out.
We should plug her because she's so amazing.
We should plug her.
She's at Gloss on Sunset. She is amazing, so fast, so talented, fantastic. We both go to her.
Part of why I wore these because I can't have you see my nails while also seeing theirs because I don't go to Mandy because I'm very crafty and they would break. But anyways, yeah, exactly.
But you know, I was going on this dinner not date, I don't even know anymore. And I was talking to Paloma being all like, he, who.
And I was like, you got this, girl.
Yeah.
And then she was like, you bitch. Like, you were supposed to ask what's his name to go out and like, you know, whatever before I did this. And I was like, sorry.
But then tell them what Mandy said and what he told me.
And then I was like, I had this recollection of our nail artist who...
I don't know this.
We
What did Mandy say?
often, Natasha and I often go to get our nails done together, but obviously not at the exact same time because she can only do one person at a time. So we're literally either one of us is sitting on a stool next to the other one getting treated.
Hilarious.
And
It's so good.
and Mandy just, has observed this and, I'm always like, oh, well, Natasha this and Natasha that and, whatever. And she's like, are you guys like dating? Are you like in a relationship?
you two.
Yeah,
That's
but she
fucking
actually
hilarious.
like didn't exactly mean romantically. I think she meant it in the way that I responded, which I was like, well, sort of. Like it's not a no.
Yeah.
But it's like, we don't touch each other.
Yeah, like
But-
look at the length of nails you're giving us.
Yeah,
I mean,
Can't do much of that.
You want to know?
So true.
yeah, it's not happening.
That's a great point.
But but she was kind of like, well, I just don't really understand how you're supposed to get a boyfriend if you're spending all this time together.
And I was like, whoa, whoa,
Mandy.
Because then
Way too real.
Yeah.
a moment in the car, I was driving down the freeway, like hyperventilating on the way to this non-date date. And I was like, wow, that is a big bomb drop by our nail artist right
Yeah.
there. Because it's true, like, you get in these things where you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
So we're in a platonic relationship. We are together all the time. We literally sometimes we like get in bed to go to sleep and I'm like, what do you want to watch? And she's like, I don't really care. I'm like, turn it over. And I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm putting on my
And then
show.
I'll have to sneak out like early in the morning and I try not to wake her up. And I'm always like, love you.
Yeah. So like, when you're dating, as is with people who are like generally monogamous, you're not trying to date someone else. So
Yeah.
I'm sure this
I do
thing-
feel fulfilled.
Me too.
Yeah.
Especially like on an intimacy, like emotional level.
So that means you could just have fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't do that.
Well, no, I mean not with each other. I'm saying you got that feeling from
Yeah.
you guys. Yes,
I mean,
and then you guys can.
We also, like the way we lean on each other is very special. And like I'm a really anxious person actually. And the idea of having to do what I do with her with a man,
Yeah.
is really scary.
Totally.
But I want you.
Yeah.
When was the last time you were in a relationship?
Okay, so fun fact, I've never had a boyfriend before.
Okay.
Yeah, never had a boyfriend. I have had a relationship of sorts though. As everyone
Situationship,
does.
stalking.
Yes. It was a long one and it was a beautiful one.
Horrid.
And
Amazing.
yeah. And that was my first love.
Okay.
But
Nice.
so that was, oh my God, like that came to a close in April.
Okay.
Actually,
Wow.
I want to say a week before we started Stargirls. So
Wow.
that was another reason why it was such a sort of like
Good timing.
opportune time.
Mhm.
I mean, literally our first Stargirls, unfortunately, I, really, really drank a lot and I really blacked out. And it was really sweet though, because all of my best guy friends were there to catch me.
Aw.
Physically.
I have a really
Like,
great,
yeah.
I have a great video of this.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to see it.
Oh yeah. No, it was beautiful.
You were singing to her.
But yeah, that's my
Yeah.
gist.
That.
What about you?
I'm gonna go crisscross applesauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Well, so I always try to be diplomatic because I know I'm not. And I ended up saying this already in our Nylon article. So basically, I started a business with my high school boyfriend. It was supposed to just be like clothing, and that was easier to deal with, just smaller investments, a smaller mental thing. Somehow, without it being our intention, it turned into a full-scale 15,000 square foot real estate development.
Wow.
I was at music school at NYU. So I'm not learning those skills literally whatsoever. And at the same time, I'm like realizing like, oh, maybe like my heart doesn't soar on La Cienega and Melrose. And maybe I need to be in different places. And maybe I need to do this, I need to do that. And I'm a very codependent person. And we always knew that we were going to take space, but also this person is like my first cousin, who's like the closest thing I have to a brother. They're like brothers. They've done everything in life together. So I was like, I'm going to have to see him every year of my life, maybe 6 times. Do you have something like this?
No, I was just confused by the first cousin's brother.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
also a
They're
cousin.
100%. By the way, I say this often, and this happens a lot, so I should probably work on that. My first cousin is actually my first cousin.
Okay.
This is like his best friend in the entire.
Oh, got it.
See what I mean? So what I'm saying is, I see him all the time. So I was like, yeah, we'll do the company, blah blah blah. we broke up in the middle of COVID, which actually informed a lot of this because I basically somehow, my parents had moved to a farm. My mom, my stepdad. I was living with my dad. He went through a really bad breakup in the house in COVID. And then in being very lonely and having lost the dog to her, was like, "Ooh." And finally I was like, have you heard of Hinge? Like, please. And he then definitely heard of Hinge because
Yeah, he loved Hinge.
in front of me in our like open floor plan, smaller home that we were in together.
Such a good idea.
Yeah. At a
Such a
certain
good
point, I
idea.
was like, okay, you're falling in love. And I'm single for the first time in 6 years. This isn't going to work. Luckily, my mom and my stepdad were like, you know what? The renters are moving out of the house in LA. Go there for 4 months, 5 months, get your shit together. Don't overstay, but go there. And when I got there, I had moved into my childhood home, my parents' room. So weird. Took every friend I had and put them into all the bedrooms and started throwing mushroom parties. And that was the beginning of my like, holy shit, I'm flailing in the craziest, most uncontrollable way. Let me understand like how to be okay via non-romantic and like obligatory relationships. We were actually okay as business partners and exes for a really long time, or so I thought. But I think like we were moving apart, and I started putting music out in 2021. I took more of my time, and then we adjusted the business structures and all this stuff. And I think ultimately it just created a lot of resentment between us. I was fired from the company that we started very abruptly from my earnest perspective last September. And that was a really crazy thing.
Legally, how could you do that?
Because when we readjusted, we changed titles. And so basically his title became like the CEO,
Okay.
and I became like a creative director, which is what I wanted to be, given that I was doing these other things. In that, then obviously employment was under his umbrella. Equity, no, but employment, yes. And so he had the right to do that. And realistically, which I can say now after a year of finding peace, it was definitely the right thing. So like I didn't like fight. I was really upset, and it drastically changed where I thought the entire like young adult life of mine would be, because I planned on that since I was 19 years old to like open the space up.
Yeah.
But it left me with this like really large hole where I was like, I've planned to do events. I've planned to bring people into this development. And like the irony and the beauty of all this is that this is exactly what I wanted that to be in the most perfect world, but it's actually not location specific, and it's with only women, and it like grows in the way that we want it to. And just on a business level, we have no fixed costs because we're 3 people and we can go anywhere.
Yeah.
So it really like in the most miraculous way came back around. But I think to very long form answer your question, after that, I made probably the worst consecutive romantic choices like anyone literally ever could.
You gotta go to that.
Until finally, like about a year ago, actually, yeah, when I was fired, I was like, that's a sign. Gotta stop. Like, I can keep telling myself to stop, but like, that is so crazy that like, I have to sit my ass down and take a breath and remove all this like bullshit from my life and start again. Because if I keep going at this pace, I'm gonna keep making shitty decisions. And now we're here, and I'm still single.
So would you be open to a relationship if the perfect person came?
Yeah, honestly, I think like confidently I could say for the first time in a very long time that like I think that I'm ready and like appropriately prepared for a partnership. On a time level it'd be really hard because there's a lot of things I love that I give my time to. But emotionally speaking, yes. But I'm no longer like crawling on my hands and knees for it.
They also would have to fit in her life in a way that, is like, you have to love her friends. You have to love what she does. You have to love
1000%.
like her work ethic.
I think that's important in all relationships
Yeah.
and any job that you do.
Particularly in this one, I think.
Yeah,
because genuinely she has such a like open door policy at her home. And, there's like 6 people with keys.
Yeah.
And it's just always kind of like, you don't know where to go? Come over.
Yeah.
So, not that obviously I think like your personal dynamic would evolve if you were in a relationship a little bit, but it's important, I think, for all of us to have men in our lives that are accommodating, you know?
Yeah.
And that takes like evolved men.
That
Yeah.
does take evolved men,
It
which
really
we have
does.
yet to find.
Yeah, they're hard. Can I
It's
get the origin story of how you met your boyfriend?
Oh yeah. Hey. Oh my god.
It's a good story.
So we met actually very organically at a party.
Oh, shocking.
Shocking.
Wow.
I actually, yeah, it was through one of our mutual friends. And I remember, I don't even know if he knows like this full story yet, but I remember I was there because we were at this other party in Malibu, and it was wholesome. It was like for one of our friends, and then we were like, let's freaking go to La Brea, and it was at Haven House, which is
Oh my god.
if you guys remember. But I went there knowing that I was going to see this boy that I was kind of seeing at,
Okay.
that I use that term very loosely.
Yeah.
But I remember getting there, he was there, and the boy that I was seeing, and he was, very much like dancing, dirty dancing, hot and sweaty with this other girl.
No.
And I know how good he. And I'm literally so fun. And so I remember being like, okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'm dancing. It's
Well, and
fine.
she is genuinely the best about shaking it off.
Thank you.
Like,
I mean, I can see that.
at least outwardly.
Freaking try.
Raincoat.
Yeah, just
Yeah. Off the
Teflon
shoulders.
suit. You cannot touch me.
Totally.
Yeah.
The rest of us.
Oh yeah, I have jealousy
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah. I couldn't give a fuck.
I think that's
good.
mainly why I'm like hard to get involved with. So
Mm.
no one wants to deal with that, but that's okay.
I want to
No.
deal with that.
I know you're
Okay.
maybe
Yeah.
Anyway.
But so I was dancing and then ran into a friend, my mutual friend, who was like, Audrey, you're gonna love this guy. 1 second. He like walks away for but a moment, brings back the tallest, blondest man I've ever seen with these huge, insane glasses, like sunglasses.
Love.
And I'm like, what a fun gay guy.
Oh.
Because of how he was like, hi. Like he was so warm and charismatic immediately, which like,
Rare.
Yeah. but so often in those that we love most, who are usually
That's
gay
true.
men,
Yes.
who are just that warm and beautiful and gorgeous when you first, even in that first moment. So I was like, I'm so happy you introduced us. Thank you so much. So I'm like, really saying hello to this man who also, of course, is beautiful. So I was like, too bad, but whatever.
Yeah.
Didn't even think about it. And then I remember stealing his glasses because I was like, oh, what's his name is going to see this, and he's going to be jealous and brag about mine because he is gay and he doesn't like me. So did that. There's actually like a photo of all of us together, and I'm wearing glasses, which is cute. Yeah. Fast forward. That was our initial meeting, but fast forward.
So was he like pursual after that?
So then ran into it every time I would run into him, which is funny because when we met, I felt like I'd never seen him before. And then after we had met, like broken the seal, I ran into him everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And every time we'd run into each other, I would be so happy to see him. And I'd like to say the same for him.
So at what point did you realize he was straight?
When did I realize he was straight? I think,
When he started playing the guitar.
yeah.
Excuse me, the bass.
Yes.
The bass. The bass.
Do you remember when I asked you if it was... No, never mind. Okay.
Right.
Secrets.
Yeah.
Ask me later. But ran into him a few times. I think it was probably like the second time I met him that I was just like, why am I so happy to see this man? I love him. And he's so funny. I love that. I love that in a man. And then I feel like it was really solidified when I saw him play. He is a musician.
Yeah.
We had a time period of going to shows like
Mhm.
non-stop. It was just Audrey and I in LA. All our friends were, I graduated a semester early, so all our friends were still at school. And we were just like, let's go to the show. And that's kind of when you fell in love with Brad.
It really is. I remember that night. Remember we were on our way and I was like, I might have a crush.
And I was like, on him? No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we see him play that. And by the way, I don't even know why I mean, I guess I do know why I said that in the car right there. But I didn't know that was even something that I was feeling and do you know what I mean? But it was just
it was like subconscious.
Yes, there was just like something there that I was like, I'm so excited to see him.
Yeah.
And then we were there. He played.
He made eye contact with her while he was playing. And I screamed. I screamed because I was like, there's no way that this is just happening so perfectly.
Yeah.
You know, like, how is this possible?
Movie.
But it is possible with her because she is black as a movie for Audrey.
I
believe
love
that.
it. I remember at that concert, I was taking photos of everyone. And there's one photo that I took of Brad that now is hanging up in his house because it is one of the moments that he made eye contact that I got. And so I blew it up and printed it out for
That's sweet.
Valentine's Day last year or something. Oh.
Yeah.
So, how long have you two been together now?
Like 2 years, 2.5.
Nice.
Oh.
But been kind of like he's been all I can think about for like 3. So
Oh, that's really
Yeah.
sweet.
that's really the only way I can.
Yeah. He's a sweetie.
Yeah,
Genuinely.
he's the best.
Would you say that you were kind of like a romantic before then too? Or
Oh
like,
my
did you
God,
get
yes.
crushes?
Oh,
Okay.
Oh my
my God.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
We're all
It was unbelievable.
Let me just say, like, while everyone actually in their own way seems like pretty collected right now and at peace, we are insane. All 3 of us in our own way, in our own like nuance.
Oh no,
And
we can
it's-
tell.
Don't worry.
Yeah. We know.
Thank God that's what we do.
Yeah.
Endearing, but like 1, 2, 3, definitely intense people.
Yeah.
We
To love.
love to love and be loved.
Yes.
For sure.
And we are
Yeah.
chasing it at all times. For whoever will take us. But
Which is normally someone who won't take us, by the
Right.
way.
oh,
If
it's
they
always
will take us.
yeah.
Love when that happens. Yeah.
It's like
If they will take us, then it's a no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real.
But yeah, Audrey's a lover girl.
Oh, it's pretty. I am.
It's actually like
Lover girl.
wildly impressive how there's really like no type to be had here. Like even when she fell in love with Brad, I was like, so not your type? ? But then I was like, wait, she doesn't have one.
Okay.
So yeah, she really has she has capacity for everyone.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sweet. This has been great. And I love hearing us yap, and I want to do it again.
Yeah, like I could talk
Yeah,
for so much
I
longer.
I have
but
so many questions for you guys.
By the way, it feels like we've been talking for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I know. I know, right?
Yeah.
I think that we should bring them back for our next just dating episode.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we do like a lot of times we do like themes. And one of them that has done really well is people tend to gravitate towards like the dating topic.
Of
so
course.
like, we went into like what situationships are, past experiences, all
Yeah.
that fun stuff.
I
People
went
love
and
the
found some
juicy shit.
surveys.
Yeah. So if you guys want them back, let us know.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring them back anyways.
Fun.
But if you guys want to plug
Yeah.
anything and
please.
everything,
Oh my God.
give it to the camera.
Plug queen.
Stargirls love you
Stargirls.
on Instagram. Oh,
Stargirls
excuse
love
me.
you.
Yeah. Okay. Reset.
Email us hi at stargirlsloveyou.co. Come to our parties at
Tenants of the Trees.
on
Thursdays.
and
Apartment 200.
on
Fridays. And beyond.
exactly. Like we do so many fun little things every week. So the best way to see that is on our Instagram story at Stargirls Love You. And all 3 of us also have our own things that we do too. So follow us independently also. Thank you.
Thank
Your
you.
personals.
Buy our
Yeah.
merch.
Oh,
We'll put it in the description too, but if you
Yeah.
want to.
okay. At Paloma Lazarino.
Lazarino. Audrey Baby Angel.
Mhm.
Natasha Huntley.
All of amazing names, I will
Yes.
say. Like,
Thank you.
what are the odds you all find each other and have cool names?
No.
No, honestly, I think I
It's the
think about that a lot.
universe.
especially because I mean I love my name and it like is fine and whatever, but Paloma, Luna Lazzarino, and Audrey Angel.
Oh, yeah. So cool.
Legally. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
And
So
then
true.
there's,
What are we
there's
talking
Jordan
about?
and I that we bonded over the fact we're both in the sky because she's Jet and I'm Raven.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
fly,
sick.
girls,
Sweet.
fly.
Yeah, fly.
Yeah.
So sick.
In the air.
Also, lastly, please tell us what you're wearing tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I'm wearing this sparkle thing that I got I got this like 3 years ago,
Together.
thrifting together. Never worn it one time.
I was thinking
So
that,
hot.
by the
Yeah.
way.
So
I've
good.
never seen it one time.
Never
It's
worn
so
it
pretty.
one
So
time.
beautiful.
Meow on my legs
Ooh.
because what else would I be freaking wearing? These really sick like Western like femme Western boots that Audrey got me for my 22nd birthday, I think.
So sweet.
And
Yeah,
of
these are
course, Angélie, which is Audrey's little jewelry brand.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Oh yes.
Oh,
We have so much more to talk about.
Yeah,
You gotta
no,
come on
we
again,
have
you
so much
guys.
to talk about.
I
I
like to do all
want to
the
buy
stuff.
everything.
Yeah.
Much place there so I can make more.
Yeah.
I
No,
love
you have
making
to.
'em.
Also, a
Yeah.
Raven and a Jordan. So good.
Yeah, you're right. I named them after my friends.
Oh,
So
oh my God.
there
fuck
will
yeah.
be Raven and Jordan.
Yeah.
And really quick, remains on my ears, which is our good friend Maddie. Shout out Maddie. Love you, Maddie.
I'm wearing my mom's vintage. I don't actually know. Skirt.
Velvet skirt.
Velvet.
I don't think we're gonna get to the tag.
Oh,
that's
I'm just
okay.
say American
That's fine.
vintage.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, she's beautiful. My Nana's gloves.
No,
Angélie, I know.
absolutely.
And love in my heart.
Yes.
No, and this
Of
top,
course it is.
this top is actually from a little place in downtown that my mommy knew of because my mommy is smart and savvy
And sexy.
Sounds
and
like
sexy. So yeah. Oh, and then these are her beautiful vintage kitten heel boots.
Excellent.
Gorgeous.
These are my dolls killed. I wear these literally 5 times a week.
And so
I have a matching
Right.
pair.
Yeah,
Okay.
these are like everything to us. And everyone's always like, love those vintage go-go's. And sometimes I'm like, thank you. But sometimes I'm like,
Dolls kill everyone.
And they're amazing.
Sponsor us.
Wow.
I know it's fast fashion, but like, just, girls on a budget. Anyways, this is a slip that I got on eBay. Family history. And this is actually a feather shrug that one of my friends from my like mushroom Santa Monica era gave me when like we used to hang out before like before COVID mushroom gate happened and like everyone was like, we spent too much time together. I think we should do that for the next 5 years.
Mushroom gate.
So I wear this very fondly and think of that. And then this actually I just found online. I have a really serious like online shopping issue. My sweet girlfriend sees it every night. And I found this. It's called Reliquia. And this girl finds rosaries and then like resurrects them. And then also lastly, I'm wearing like these hoops that my mom gave me, but on this hoop, Paloma for my birthday got me like half of a te amo like best
Heart,
thing.
like a broken heart. Mhm.
So instead of the necklace, because I started wearing Angélie, I put it on here. So I wear that all the time. And then I have like a bunch of other little
Yeah, your rings are sick.
I know.
Thank
love that.
you.
Yeah.
I need it.
Like it's all a mix of things, but like I will plug actually this is on Melrose next to Wasteland. It's called Paris Funk. And you can pass it and be like, what's going on there?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, she has so much good stuff.
Yeah. And then lastly, this is downtown at the St. Vincent Jewelry Mart.
Oh, it's actually in the exact same place where I got
This thing.
Yes.
Didn't you see it when you guys
Oh.
were buying the other?
Yes.
And you're like, I'm coming back.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
This
part
jewelry mart like is actually the best thing ever. Everything you see at like any jewelry boutique that like isn't vintage is there for legitimately like 30% of the price. So
Also, they'll usually cut you a deal because they want to.
yeah.
Nice.
Girls
you
are the
guys look
people.
beautiful.
You do.
And
You guys look beautiful. What are you wearing?
Yeah.
We
Maybe
go
ask
over our
them.
outfits at the beginning.
Oh,
of the
sorry,
episode.
sorry,
I
intro.
have to watch.
Intro.
Yeah.
So sorry.
But Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And many blessings of good health and good money and good vibes and good memories.
And I can't wait to see what Stargirls does next.
Yes, and we will
And we'll
be
be there.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
That's right.
Thanks so much.
Thanks
for having us.
Yay.
Well, that was a lovely conversation.
They're the best.
They really
and they
are.
will be back on. So
Absolutely.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I want to bring them back on. Maybe we do our dating episode in Valentine's Day week.
Oh, that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
No, because I could literally talk to them for hours.
Forever. And I bet you guys are going to be begging to have them back on anyway.
No,
So
exactly. Ugh, what a great
they're amazing.
team they have.
Yeah.
Like, they're great.
Yep.
So glad that we were able to talk to them with you guys, and yeah, fun times.
Good times. That being said, it was a long convo.
Yes. Oh, and that's why
because we're yapping, which
why-
is great. But we're just going to be doing our little ending segment now.
Yeah.
So now it's time for a dating update with Raven and Jet.
Dating update with Raven and Jet. Are you still happy that I'm doing that?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, sick.
Except I would love to add like a jingle to it also.
Yeah,
like in it.
Ba, 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 ba-ding-da.
Yeah, I gotta work with Josh with that.
Okay, right.
But dating update, do you have any? That's gonna be, I guess, like maybe we reflect a little bit into like our hopes and dreams for the new year.
My hopes and my dreams for the new
Relationally.
year is that I continue on this path of like self-respect and like, and also number one goal, communicating my feelings.
Yeah.
And I would love it if I don't ghost or get ghosted by anyone in the year 2025.
Okay.
That's my goal.
Nice.
Knocking on my head so I don't jinx it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I would like to have my New Year's kiss with, and I'm hoping that comes true.
Okay.
And if it doesn't, then YOLO.
YOLO.
Yeah.
You'll have a good time no matter what.
I think so too.
Yeah. You're really good at doing
Yeah.
finding the positive.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, I think this next year will be good, and not to put any like pressure on anything, but I think that like I hope I get to like see you happy in a relationship if that's something that you're looking to do.
You know, that's like, I am not living my life being like, I want to be in a relationship, but I am always like, if I find the person I feel like I am meant to be with, I'm going to date them. Like, I'm not going to be like, at this point, like I've been out of a relationship for
a
enough
minute.
time
Yeah.
where I feel like I would be ready to be in a relationship again.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why like that door is open, but I'm also not gonna get a boyfriend just to have a boyfriend.
No. And that's not what I'm saying. But I just think that like, yeah, you would, it's been time.
It has been.
It would be fun to like see you in a relationship because I honestly don't think, at least from my perspective, it's like, I don't really feel like you would change that much. And so
I won't.
Yeah.
Josh wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
so what's your year in dating review looking like?
you know, it was so funny because I was thinking about it. I was like, God, I should have put together a PowerPoint of all the men that I dated in 2024 because goddamn, you guys are fucking crazy. A lot of you guys are overly obsessed with me and you need to move on because I don't know how to not ghost you right now. I think that like this was the first year, 2024 was the first year where like I actually properly dated for the first time, which was such a cool experience because I've never given myself that opportunity. And so, yeah, I had fun. I enjoyed it. I met some amazing, nice people. I think I never came across like a disrespectful guy, which was really nice. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think it's interesting for me because I was in a relationship this past year, and then I got out of one. So I spent exactly half of the year in a relationship and half the year not. And so I think I'm kind of open to either. I think I still need time to like heal and make sure that I'm like, because I'm the type that I do not want to jump into a relationship until I'm like 110% ready because I give so much of myself to my partner that I want to make sure that I don't like lose myself again in that. I think I like overly gave myself and I like gave too much of myself to my partner, that like I want to make sure that I learn from my mistakes of like finding a partner, my next partner, whether if it's in 2025, great, but like somebody that is willing to put in just as much effort as I'm trying to explain. You know what I mean? Like I would be open to a relationship, but I want to make sure that like I'm solidified. And I think I could be relatively ready, like not like, end of next year, but it's like, I think it just takes like time and communication and like pursual from somebody else. And like, honestly, for somebody to like prove to me, that like, if I were to be in a relationship again,
100%. I get that.
I think that's like a huge part of it.
Yeah. I think that's smart that you're going into it like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I spent so long working on myself before entering a relationship. Why would I not do that again? Like now I just have like experience to work off of and figuring out like, I don't just date to date. Like I date with the intention to like, hopefully like be with that person forever. And so I dated to date this past year, but when I'm thinking into it, like if I catch feelings and I am wanting to be talking to somebody seriously, that is my intention. So that's kind of like what I'm putting into like 2025 with my dating.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a great plan.
Thanks.
And I'm very excited for what this year has to bring for us and in all aspects of our lives, for this podcast and for us in our personal lives and our friendship and
work.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be a really great year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winnie?
Oh, she's conked out. It is past her bedtime. It is. We stayed up to see the new year and she did not want to.
No.
She's still in 2024.
Yep.
But
yeah.
Yeah.
Until the next episode.
Yes.
Back on reg schedule.
Indeed.
Lots more exciting guests to have.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you listening.
We really do. Like, I thank you for listening to us yap.
Yeah.
And
whether you're just skipping around or here because you want to listen to the guest or whatever it may be.
Found us on a TikTok clip.
Yeah.
Like,
or random YouTube search.
Yeah.
We are grateful and we're excited to like continue this journey with you guys. And 2025 is going to be a big year for Overdressed. I already know.
Yeah.
So
my manifestation journal already knows.
Yeah. So we're grateful and we wish you the best into this next year. Hopefully you had great holidays. I know that sometimes it can be a bit rough for some families, or it could be great. And I'm glad that you guys had time to rest, hopefully. And so we'll see you into the next episode, into the new year.
Yeah, a whole week into the new year.
Yeah, and
can't wait to talk to you then.
We'll see you then.
Okay.
All right. Happy New Year. Bye.